beware people like Peter Fitzsimons, the red bandana man, the communists in rich man's clothes, who actually, I saw him, I couldn't believe this. Apparently there's a restaurant in Sydney called Machiavelli's, and it's okay, it's got passable food, I guess. I do a better bolognese than they do, but that's a separate question.
High bar.
There was a chair where Kerry Packer used to sit, and that was reserved for Kerry Packer. Nobody could sit there except Kerry Packer. Anyway, Kerry Packer passed, obviously, and nobody was allowed to sit there. And eventually, the owner of the restaurant said, well, I've got a restaurant. I better let somebody sit in this chair. Do you know there's a 2.5-month waiting list to sit in that chair? I mean, how sad do you have to be to want to sit in Kerry Packer's chair? I mean, it's just sad, please.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel the vibrations rise up from your ass or something? Maybe it's imbued with power. Well, Peter Fitzsimons was sitting in the chair, so he waited his 2 months. So I saw you there, Peter, so don't pretend you didn't. Yeah. And I watched you sitting there, and I thought, my God, no, I was invited to that restaurant. I've been there once, and that was it. I haven't gone back. The food's not that good. But apparently it's an important place. But I saw Peter there. So a guy that does that, to my mind, isn't the sort of, doesn't have the weight, the heft, the intellect, the sense, sufficiently self-possessed to craft a constitution that the people of Australia might like. See, Peter's got the, what's it called? I've mentioned it before, but I will mention it again because it's important. Professor David Flint, Emeritus Professor of Law, he called it the Politicians' Republic, where we replace the Queen, the Governor-General rather, with the President. And yet, as Flint quite rightly said, the Prime Minister, if that occurred, could more easily fire the Governor-General, or the President rather, than he could fire his driver. And so we have totalitarianism sneaking in. Yeah. It's what the communists do. Yeah. They muck around on the outside and they sell you something. There's an old rule, never trust a communist, ever. Every Eastern European knows that. Yeah. Never trust a communist. Yeah. Never go into a deal, never go into a coalition, because they have no sense of right and wrong. All they know is expediency, and they'll do whatever it takes.
That's right. They view everything through the prism of power.
That's it. And so, a constitutional convention designed to protect the rights of the people, that recognises that sovereignty comes from every individual in this country, not from the state. And I don't care if you're a millionaire in Point Piper or a prostitute in Emerald, and I mean this. Yeah. Sovereignty comes equally from both of you, and you have the right to say how you will be governed. And this is very important. It's extremely important. The sovereignty comes from the people, and the Constitution must recognise that and reflect that, and allow the people to decide how they will be governed.